Welcome to my lighting demo from the yoga studio. My name's Ashley. This is Ash's Yoga Studio in downtown Poulsbo, and I just purchased this pretty cheap 3-point light setup. It's soft boxes and it came from Amazon. They were $100 total. Came with the light bulbs, the little screens, the little, I don't know the technical terms, the stands, and a few other things. So I made a video about that just earlier. But anyway, I'll also post the links down below. So I want to show you, this is what the lighting would be like when I have the studio lights turned on, no natural lighting, and the 3-point lights. I could lead people through class, looking pretty good. I'm also using my laptop and my Logitech C920 webcam, which you can tell a little bit, it will go in and out of focus as I move around, but I haven't seen that it's a huge issue. I'm also using my Rode Wireless Go microphone right here. I clipped it onto my piece right here, and I will show you now what it's like without the lights. And for the longest time, I was filming in this setup without lights. I usually dim that backlight a little bit more so I'm not so much a silhouette, or I might move to the side so that you can see more of a white wall and not this distraction behind me. But it works just fine. So I did this for the longest time, and then I decided, you know what, let's just try to play with lighting a little bit more. It's been a while. Let's invest $100 into some new lights. And this was the first thing I purchased since February, actually. So it's August right now. Back in February, I got this microphone. Now, finally, I get some light. So I didn't let that stop me from continuing to do my yoga classes. I would just do my best to use natural lighting or just go with it. To me, audio is most important as a yoga teacher. After that, you can kind of get set up as you go. Now I'm going to show you my setup. So I'll grab hold of my camera. So if I walk over here, the back of the studio, here you go. That's my setup. So I put one light in front of me and 2 on the sides. I use extension cords to plug them in. And I did not end up using the overhanging bar for that front-facing light right here. But it does come with a overhanging bar that you can then place the light on top of you, which could help too for certain circumstances. Just watch out for the extension cords. Be careful, be mindful, make sure everything is set. Oop, I'm using a table to set my laptop on too. I usually like my laptop about hip height or so. This is maybe a little bit lower than hip height. And I also want my background 6 to 8 feet at least behind me. So I'm not going to be standing up right next to the wall to teach. Instead, I'm up a little farther where the background has a little bit of depth. I make sure that I'm looking at the camera for a good portion of my practice if it's just a Zoom class or just a recording and there's not participants inside of the studio. So even as I'm standing here, I would talk about mountain pose, and I would look at the camera a few times, reach up, and then as I fold forward, I might look over. Now that is not the best as a teacher for my posture or for alignment, but it creates a better connection, I think, with the people who are watching you. When I do my warrior poses, I make sure that I'm facing the camera, and if I'm not, I might turn to face this way, or I might say, okay, you stay where you're at. I'm gonna quick turn so I'm facing you. So you can use cues like that so you don't end up, facing away with your booty showing to everybody all the time. You can also turn yourself at an angle and just do an angle instead so that you could potentially look over your shoulder with either direction that you are. Okay, so those were just a couple additional tips as I wanted to show you the lighting and the light setup for the yoga studio. I think it's pretty good. What do you think? $100, Amazon. I'll post the link down below. You can check it out.